Good morning, everyone, and namaskar to everyone. Babuji says also a lot of things about this dying and death. On one, in one of his books, he mentions that we should lead a life as if we are already dead, living dead condition. I recommend you to go to that particular chapter and read it again and again. Dead man has no wishes, no desires. You prepare a dead man's body for final cremation, body is not going to complain. Even if you put a lipstick on man's face, he's not going to wake up. He accepts, no choice. So he wants us also, while alive, create this condition so that we become more accepting in nature, whatever comes in our life. That is the idea behind cultivating these conditions. Third advice, again about dying. Say, lead a life as if you're going to die the very next moment. And this applies a lot, at least those who are in important positions. Make sure you have your successor. In family life, if you have an industry, identify key people who can run it after you're gone. Otherwise, your family have chances of suffering without a proper guidance, proper authority who can run the show. Keep your insurance policies in place for the safety of family. Never take it for granted that I'm going to live forever. This is a fallacy. All of us will disappear from this planet. For sure. No one can prevent it. And yet, we never prepare ourselves. We are never ready. Always there is some unfinished work. Babuji says, don't postpone anything in life. And especially when my goal of life is at least the liberation. Why must I keep postponing, detaching myself from certain desires? If I leave behind me or carry with me these unfulfilled desires or attachment into the next life, into another dimension, that dimension will not accept me. It will send me back. It's like children in exam, in schools. You're in the 5th grade or 6th grade, or you may be in the college. If you fail, you have to recycle. You have to study all over again, reappear in exam. Same thing in life. We keep on postponing things. Oh, I'll do this later, I'll meditate later, I'll do my cleaning later. No, it's not going to work. So you have only 3 elements to this practice. Morning meditation, evening cleaning, and nighttime prayer. These are 3 fundamental things. If you omit even one element from this practice, there is 33% loss. And no business can survive with 33% everyday loss. Most of us are doing loss 100% for days together without realizing the consequence of we not practicing. So how are we going to prepare ourselves for that final moment? No point crying for the death of our dear ones. It is inevitable. Not that we're going to rejoice, but when I know that my father or my mother, it is inevitable that they will go. But when I know in my heart they have gone with peace of mind, when I know in my heart that the next moment is shaking hands with the great ones, they will be in the company of the great ones. There is so much of joy. Why do you want your parents to suffer, your dear ones to suffer? there is even greater moment waiting for us or waiting for them. But preparation is a must. I also like to scare you a bit, which I've been scaring few of my friends now and then, but I don't know how scared you become, God knows. Perhaps you may laugh it out. But just as death is a fact, what I'm going to say is also a fact of life, which I have learned from my profession. When an antibiotic is dispensed and a patient is supposed to take it regularly, 4 times a day or twice a day, whatever be the regimen, if you don't take it, it's not going to work. Sometimes you give a sleeping pill. Doctors prescribe sleeping pill, especially to old folks. What if you take it in the morning? The wrong timing, see. So you have to take it at the appropriate time. Yesterday we had interesting conversations with the Kausalam program. One question was, can I do meditation after the cleaning? You think over. Everything is time-based. You cannot have lunch and dinner together. Well, of course, sometimes we do recommend that in the morning meditation, 2-3 minutes of cleaning will help if your night was too busy forming impressions. Now, when antibiotic is given, despite of taking it regularly, if it doesn't work, they give another antibiotic with higher potency. If that also doesn't work, that means the bacteria or virus is becoming resistant. Then they give another one, or the combination of it. And if these antibiotics fail, then we have to pray for the patient that no antibiotics are working and infection is now taking over the body. Death is the result. To me, pranahuti and the help of our hierarchy is unparalleled. It is the most potent combination you can ever imagine. Masters who are ever dedicated to our welfare. Pranahuti that is always available to us. Despite of this most potent combination, if we still fail in achieving our goal, I do not think that there will be another moment in future lives as potent to deliver us into a higher dimension. So take this practice seriously, accept the help, meditate well, and progress and make our masters proud. Make your children proud, make your parents proud, make your friends proud, make them jealous that look, he's successful in all the fields. Failure would be when we are breathing our last and we start regretting, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. That's why Babuji says, prepare yourself as if you're going to die the next moment. Thank you.